The series begins with our heroine, whose name is Talio, trying to save her cat, but she doesn't know how until a handsome young man suddenly appears in front of her and is able to help her. The poor girl thanks him, but he doesn't respond. The arrogant one looks at her with disgust and leaves to make it to his appointment. We then learn that he is a new transfer student, known for being arrogant, cold, and mischievous, but also intelligent. When the charismatic student arrives at the school, the principal informs him that she has decided to transfer him and assign him to a class with the top students. She continues to praise him, but just after her words, our heroine enters. The principal's face changes instantly. She is embarrassed because Talia was late, and she already knows she is considered a failure, which upsets her and makes her unable to respond. However, she is secretly happy when she learns that the hero will be at her school. But the hero rejects the principal's offer and instead stays in the class of failing students like Talio. He walks away, and our heroine, who has no dignity left, follows behind him. Deep down, she's happy to have him in her class. She offers to let him take her cat, saying, "The cat has loved you since you saved it. I know I won't be able to take care of it." The hero agrees casually. Later, when she leaves to help her father, he notices that she is nervous and asks why. She replies, "Listen, I've grown up now, and that's why I decided I must write a letter confessing my feelings to the young man I love." The poor girl begins to write the letter, confessing her feelings, and telling him about her day, and even her father's scandals. "I don't even know what his role is," she adds. Our heroine takes a shower and realizes that school is about to start again, which gives her another chance to confess her feelings to the hero. When the new school year begins, she goes to school as usual. Her friends come to her, excitedly telling her that a handsome, top-ranking student has joined their school. They keep praising him. When our heroine hears his name, her eyes widen as she realizes he is her old friend. He already admires her, but when he notices that she admires the new student, he becomes upset. It is clear that he is jealous, but not ready to act. Suddenly, the principal enters with a handsome student, introducing him as Tan. She keeps praising him as well. She then asks the students to introduce themselves. The girls go first, each of them already falling in love not only with the new student, but also with the hero. Yet, the hero shows no interest. When it's finally our heroine's turn to introduce herself, the hero suddenly remembers something. It becomes clear that they knew each other since childhood, but still, he acts cold, as if he is not interested, until the professor asks him to sit next to her. She takes advantage of the opportunity and starts trying to get his attention, but she fails. He keeps acting cold, as if she doesn't exist. This upsets her, and when she meets her friends, they notice something is wrong. They ask why, and she tells them, "The one I love, the new student, keeps ignoring me. When I go right, he goes left. When I face him, he turns his back on me. What should I do?" Her friends are shocked because he is still a new transfer student, and she has barely gotten to know him, but they still take her side and start cursing him. Our heroine is the one who stops them and says, "For me, no, don't curse him." Her friend gets angry at her and asks, "How did you even know him anyway? This is the first time you've seen him." She is supposed to tell them the story from the beginning, that she met him during vacation, and that she also gave him her cat as a gift. When her friends hear this, they get excited and decide to take her to meet the new student. Our poor hero then sees Talio and her friends approaching him. Our heroine starts talking to him, asking if he remembers her, mentioning the vacation and the cat, but he denies ever meeting her and even says he doesn't like cats. She realizes he really means it. Suddenly, she's shocked when she finds out that her friends had made a bet that the hero would answer her, and they won. When Talio finds out about the bet, she gets upset. The hero laughs at her and leaves the place, but our heroine doesn't give up. She follows him and asks him why he denied knowing her. He continues lying, saying he never met her, and tells her to leave him alone. The next day at school, she is worried about her cat, so she starts looking for it everywhere. This is the same cat through which she first met the hero. As she searches, the hero shows up and tells her that the cat is with him and is fine. She becomes happy, but also nervous, trying to give him the letter where she confesses her feelings. He takes the letter from her, but simply leaves. Our heroine returns to school, nervous and full of thoughts. Will he come to me and say he loves me? Will he tell me he couldn't sleep all night thinking of me? Or what? She keeps living in this dream, imagining him confessing his love to her. But suddenly, her friend Kang interrupts her daydream and takes her away to show her something. Unfortunately, the hero had taken her letter and started correcting the spelling mistakes in it. When she finds out, she feels humiliated and thinks, "Run away, you coward." In the end, the whole school learns about what happened. Kang becomes angry with her, grabs the letter, and tears it apart. The next day, she cannot hold back her feelings anymore and cries because of what the hero did. Kang decides to console her. Later, when the hero is on his break, the heroine's friends tease him about the stunt he pulled. Kang keeps glaring at him, annoyed and protective of her, but the hero doesn't care and continues to act coldly. During break, the heroine's friends decide they will always stay with her and protect her. They promise her, "Anyone who tries to talk badly about you will shut them up." Kang notices that she is still upset and suggests that they go visit her. That day, they spend a nice time together, and she feels happy because her friends are by her side, always helping her. When her friends later take her to a restaurant, her friend goes to help Talio's father, who happens to be the owner. Her father then takes advantage of the moment and tells the friend that he has noticed his daughter has been upset lately. He asks him if he knows the reason, but he lies to him and says that he knows something, reassuring him that he will protect her and won't allow anyone to get close to her. To thank her father, he goes to serve food to his daughter's friends. He thanks them for always standing by her. Suddenly, an explosion happens in the restaurant. They all run out before the building collapses on their heads. After the incident, a troublemaker comes and questions them. She asks the heroine's father if he ever suspected anyone. He takes advantage of the opportunity and says, "I want to say something very, very important to the person who blew up the restaurant. I will leave him alone for the sake of the house. It's good, and nothing really happened." The troublemaker asks him, "Are you sure about what you're saying?" He replies, "Shame on you. Look at this house, didn't I tell you anything? It's really tough." Unfortunately, the house collapses completely. With that, our heroine and her father are officially out on the street. When our heroine goes to school the next day, she notices that everyone treats her differently and feels sorry for her. After school, her father tells her that they will be living with her aunt. The next day, her friend Kong comes to take her to school. As usual, he takes advantage of the opportunity and asks if she needs anything. She says she needs some books, so he promises to take care of it and buy her new ones. When she arrives at her class, she suddenly sees the hero coming out quickly and notices books on his desk. She thinks he is the one who left them for her. Excited, she tells her friends happily, insisting that he has changed and become kind to her. Her friends are doubtful and tell her they don't believe he's the one who brought the books. She tells them she doesn't care and decides to write a new letter to thank him. Then she leaves and plants some seeds. Unexpectedly, the hero is there, and she accidentally splashes water on him. Instead of apologizing, she convinces herself that he deserved it because he once exposed her letter. She thanks him afterward for bringing her the new books. He makes fun of her, saying that she's just happy because she's a failure. She ignores his insult and continues to be happy anyway. Her friends don't understand why she's happy, but for her, the only important thing is that he thought of her. He asks her where she lives now after her house was destroyed. She gives him the address and even asks him to come visit, but he doesn't care and leaves. Later, our heroine tells her father that someone gave her the new books, and she thanks him again. Suddenly, her father keeps calling her. When she goes out to see who it is, she is shocked to find that it is his old friend. They realize he has come to take her to live with him. Our heroine goes with her father to her father's friend's house. Meanwhile, Kang goes to her aunt's house, but finds out that she has already been transferred. Not knowing where she went, he writes a note. The heroine, on the other hand, arrives at her father's friend's house and is shocked by how luxurious it is. As soon as she enters, she notices there is a cat that looks exactly like the one she once gave to the hero. She is happy and thinks about playing with it until she suddenly finds the hero in front of her, advising her, and she cannot believe it. She is surprised and asks how he knew where to find her, but as usual, he doesn't answer. Suddenly, a stranger comes and hugs her. Then, she takes her out to eat together. There, she is shocked when she finds out that the hero is actually the son of her father's friend, that his girlfriend is a flirt, and that they were raised together, though she was completely unaware of it. The next day, on their way to school, our heroine hears the hero's younger brother bullying her. She tries to be his friend, and he gets a good impression of her, but he doesn't give her a chance. He treats her coldly, just like the hero. She feels that hormones are running rampant in the family. When our hero goes to school to have breakfast, he finds her sleeping in front of him, and she thinks he is a afraid of taking her with him. The hero has no choice but to listen to them, and as soon as they arrive at school, they realize that he doesn't want the news of them living together to spread, so he leaves. Our heroine gets upset because he is mad at her, but she keeps saying that she doesn't know anyone. As soon as she arrives at school, she finds her friend waiting for her. As soon as he sees her, he runs after her, asking about her new home address. It's still new, but she tries to evade the question, not knowing what else to do. To ease her guilt, she tells him that she has moved to her father's friend's house. He keeps insisting that she tell him the exact address. To cover herself, she tries to change the subject, but suddenly, her other friends arrive. Here, she manages to distract them, but the shock is that her friends don't leave her alone. They keep asking about the new address. Finally, she gets frustrated and tells them, "No, I don't want to." She pulls herself together and runs away from them all. When she arrives at the classroom, the teacher stands in front of her and announces that the heroine will be participating in a sports competition. For that reason, he wants volunteers to encourage her. Our heroine seizes the opportunity. They all realize that she will participate, and when her friends hear it, they are surprised because she forgave the hero so quickly, even though he had humiliated her before. She tells them again and again, "Guys, I don't care about details, things that aren't important. I've forgotten the past." That's it. When she gets home, she is excited and keeps packing her things to cheer him up. The hero's little brother sees her happy like this and decides to spoil it for her. He tells her that the girl who will compete with the hero is his girlfriend. He keeps praising that girl D, saying she is very beautiful and smart. When the heroine hears this, she gets upset. Later, his entourage waits for her so that she can go with him to the competition. They know she is ready for the competition as well. At the event, our hero sees the girl who is easygoing and unlucky. The teacher pressures her, telling her she must win by any means. As soon as the girl notices that the hero has seen her, she looks at him with disgust and walks away. But our hero doesn't care. He seems unfazed and just heads straight to where the competition is being held. When he enters, our heroine and her friends cheer for him. She loves him, and he starts answering the questions correctly, and he is able to reach the final. And our heroine notices that he is competing with the beautiful girl, the one her brother used to tell her about. She feels jealous, and when she sees her, because the girl is really beautiful and smart, she gets upset and feels that there is no hope of ever being with the champion. We go together to our champion, who deliberately loses and takes second place, but he doesn't care. He leaves the competition and walks away as soon as it ends. The girl who won appears to thank him for making her happy and asks about the champion, so they walk out together. They live their own moment, and then our heroine graduates. She sees them talking to each other and feels that there is something between them, that they might even be lovers. On the second day, when they arrive at school, the principal asks how he lost, even though the questions were easy. He is smart, but he stays quiet and doesn't know how to answer until his teacher saves him, leading him away to the break. When he arrives without his classmates, they celebrate him because he was destined to win. He feels offended because he deliberately lost, yet they still cheer him on. They are simply happy that their school took second place, something no one had ever achieved before. Meanwhile, our heroine is still upset, thinking there is something between the hero and the girl. The competition ends, the school day finishes, and when she goes outside, Kang is waiting for her. She feels unlucky, realizing that nothing has really changed for her. Later, our heroine keeps telling herself that she will change and become a smart person so that the hero will like her. She brings her book, but while studying, she realizes she doesn't understand anything. She loses hope and says, "I really can't do it." The next day, the hero's mother goes to her, wakes her up, and tells her they are going to buy new clothes for her. When she hears this news, she is happy because, as she thinks, buying clothes is the secret weakness of girls. When they get there, she sees the hero offering private lessons. The hero's mother then offers her an expensive dress, but she refuses, asking instead to sign up for private lessons. She says she wants to be smart and clever, just like her son, the hero. The mother tells her she has another solution that is better than private lessons and asks her to listen. The heroine agrees and accepts the dress from her. When the hero's mother returns home, she tells him that he will be tutoring our heroine, that this was her intended solution. He protests, saying, "For God's sake, no. She is stupid. She won't understand, and she won't come with me on this path." The hero's mother gets angry and threatens him. He has no choice but to listen. Indeed, the mother is determined to make the heroine happy. She takes her to prepare, dresses her in the new outfit, and even tells her about her own daughter and how she and the hero were friends. "You and he were always together. she says. She shows her pictures from when they were young. When the heroine sees the pictures, she laughs because the hero used to dress like a girl. She seizes the opportunity and asks for one of the pictures. The hero's mother agrees, but asks her not to tell him anything, since he believes those pictures are lost and that his dark past is buried. So she says to her, "Shame on you, or he won't feel anything." We go to the hero, who is upset and doesn't find anyone in front of him except his little brother. His mother becomes suspicious of him and tells him, "Do you like the person I am? I am supposed to be your mother, and yet you treat me like this. What if you had found me in front of a mosque? What would you have done?" His brother Bissy tells him, "Be patient, my son, for heaven is under the feet of mothers." In the midst of their talk, the villain discovers that the appointment he agreed upon with the hero has arrived, so that he can tutor the heroine. As soon as he enters the room, he is shocked by her beautiful appearance and becomes nervous because the heroine is supposed to be very beautiful, and he is not used to seeing her like this. Honestly, with her beauty and charm, he begins to study with her, but she is our heroine, who is full of clumsiness and silliness to the point that he gets tired of her. She notices that he is exhausted because of her stupidity, so she gets close to him, trying to help him, and even offers him medicine, but he refuses and becomes nervous. Because of her closeness to him, her face also starts to turn red, and our heroine gets scared for him. She forces him to take the medicine, but with a small movement, they both fall. He gets angry at her, then leaves and walks away. The next day, on his way to school, he notices that her legs are hurting from their fall the day before. He feels guilty and offers to take her. When he takes her to school, our hero finds out that she has a math exam. The teacher warns them not to cheat. They decide to isolate the hero so that no one will copy from him because he is the smartest student and everyone wants to. He finishes the exam quickly, hands it in, and leaves, shocking everyone with his speed. When the exam time is over, the heroine's friends go to eat. They notice that she is not with them, so they ask about her whereabouts. He tells them that he doesn't know, only that she has been acting strangely lately and disappearing a lot. Since her concern is always studying, her friends decide to wait for her after school. At that time, they keep an eye on her to see where she is going. Baker actually goes with them and waits until she appears. When they see her getting into a taxi, they follow her. Bella suddenly gets out in front of a very luxurious and impressive house. Taking advantage of the moment, he suddenly appears in front of the hero. As soon as he sees them, the hero tries to avoid them, but they run toward him. They grab him, take him down, and ask him a lot of questions, but he refuses to answer or tell them anything. Suddenly, the heroine's father appears in front of them, playing music at lunch. When they go home with him, they discover that our hero and heroine actually live together in the same house. Her friend, King, starts targeting the hero. They realize that he will do the impossible for the heroine, even more than the impossible, just to make her leave the house. But the hero stands by his word, reminding them that his family and the heroine's family have been friends since they were little, and that they love her. She loves his family too, and it is impossible for them to leave each other, so it is possible that the heroine will live with him forever. He also takes advantage of the opportunity, and when it passes, she stops. Now, in front of him, he provokes his friend. He was getting closer to her, and when he couldn't bear it anymore, he became annoyed by their closeness. He felt that there was no hope, and that she definitely wouldn't give up this charisma and wealth to go to a mean guy like him. So, his friends tried to make him happy, but instead, he encouraged Kang to step up. He decided that he wouldn't give up, and that he would try to make her fall in love with him. That's why, when he went to school the next day, he made up his mind to study and work hard to become smart. When his friends saw him studying like this, they were surprised. They thought he had decided to change so that our heroine would like him. They encouraged him and decided that they would study with him. And indeed, after the exam period ended, our heroine noticed that her friend had changed and become smart. She asked him if he did this because he liked someone, but he avoided answering her. Now let's go to our hero. After finishing school, he finds the beautiful girl from the competition in front of him. He knows that she wants to invite him to lunch, and he realizes that she needs him for something very important. Meanwhile, Kang asks our heroine if she is studying because she likes someone. She gets angry and tries to avoid him, but suddenly she sees the hero standing with the beautiful girl. The girl notices that our heroine is looking at them. She says to the hero, "So?" He takes advantage of the opportunity and kisses her. Our heroine is shocked. She turns away, takes her things, and leaves. Later, Kang notices that she's upset and offers to take her home. On their way, he suddenly stops and asks if she likes the hero. She answers without thinking, realizes that she does love the hero, and begs him not to tell anyone, asking him to keep it a secret between them. But Kang says, "I don't want her anymore. She seems stupid and will tire me out. "Look, girl, I love you. Honestly, I don't care about anything. You have to love me in any way." Our heroine is shocked by his confession and keeps thinking about it all day. Meanwhile, our hero spends a nice time with the beautiful girl, and it becomes clear that they are getting closer. The next day, when the heroine goes to school, she finds out that the results are out. She checks them and congratulates the hero on his good grade. She thanks him, saying that her success wouldn't have happened without him. He is happy, and finally, he shows his charismatic smile. Later, our heroine's friends find out that their teacher will leave school, and if their grades don't improve, they will be in trouble. They ask our heroine how she managed to get such high grades. They learn that the hero has been helping her and studying with her every day. An idea comes to her. She proposes to them that they should ask the hero to tutor all of them as a group. She goes and asks him, but he refuses, saying that they are lazy and it's impossible for them to cover the curriculum in 2 weeks. They had wasted their time and hadn't studied. So, the heroine begs him and asks him to give them just 1 hour a day. She tells him, "My friends are smarter than me. They won't torture you the way I did, and they will understand quickly." But he remains stubborn and refuses. She gets tired of his refusal, follows him, and pulls out a picture of him when he was young. She says to him, "What am I telling you? Honestly, I didn't want to use this weapon." He gets angry and tense and asks her, "Where did you get it from?" But she doesn't respond, knowing that her only solution is for him to help them, or else she will publish the picture. He gets furious at her and leaves, saying nothing but leaving her. He has no other choice but still refuses to give in. When she's alone, he goes after her and tries to take the picture from her, but she refuses. They quarrel. She makes it clear that she won't keep quiet. She confronts him and says, "Look, you're like this. This way you'll know that your mother is the one who will teach you manners. Remember that we are like your family too." He gets angry at her because he knows she is right in a way. When he gets home, his brother tells him that the beautiful girl, whose name is Diva, has decided to enter the same university that he will attend. His brother teases him, saying, "She seems to like you, huh? You're lucky, man. All the girls like you. All the girls are pretty." He asks his brother to go out together and play around normally. He agrees, but suddenly, he finds the whole class gathered at their house. He realizes that Talio has carried out her threat. He gets angry and tries to escape from them, but she keeps reminding him of the picture. He is free now, except for Anma, who also comes and pressures him more. He ends up forced to tutor them. Baker reminds them of what happened with Scott and starts explaining, but they are completely clueless and even worse than the heroine. He spends the whole day explaining one single lesson. He gets completely exhausted from them. That's why he starts thinking of a way to get rid of them. At night, he sneaks into the heroine's room, making sure she is asleep, and starts looking for the picture. But he is shocked when he suddenly finds her standing in front of him. Nervously and angrily, she asks him what he is looking for. He stammers, "To be honest, I was really hungry, so I said I would go find myself a bite to eat." She mocks him, laughing. "The fridge is the fridge, not here." She calls him poor thing and teases him, saying he looks really lost. She then offers to cook for him as a reward. He waits for the opportunity, but as he searches around, he realizes he completely messed up the room. Panicking, he fixes it quickly before she leaves. Our heroine notices, and he keeps repeating to himself that he will not give up searching again. The next day, he explains everything to the group again from the beginning, and his brother comes to help. When the day ends, he goes to check if Talio is asleep, but this time, she comes out waiting for him and says, "Huh? I'm hungry too. Let's go to the kitchen." She cooks for him, and they sit and eat together. He listens to her while she talks. She takes advantage of the moment and hints to him that she likes him at home. He gets nervous because of her words, quickly stands up, and leaves. The next day, he takes advantage of the fact that she is not in the house and sneaks into her room again, searching for the picture. But suddenly, his mother catches him and asks what he is doing in her room. The heroine says to her, "You're going to make a fool of yourself. You're the one who put us in this mess. You gave her the picture, why? Mother, you're making me humiliate myself with it and forcing me to study for her and her friends." We then go to our heroine, who goes to her friend. She gives him the summaries that the hero was studying from. She tells him that if he studies from them, he will succeed and get a good grade. Kong seizes the opportunity and asks her if she has thought about what he said to her or not. He probably means his confession. He knows that he still likes her, but she tells him that she doesn't reciprocate his feelings. She suggests that they stay friends. He can't stand it. Our friend refuses because he doesn't doesn't want to lose her. Days pass, and the students begin to feel sorry for one another. The results come out, and they learn that they've succeeded and that the professor won't let him go. They all rejoice and thank the hero for helping them succeed. Later, when he leaves, the hero meets the beautiful diva. She asks him if he intends to continue his studies, and he realizes that he still doesn't have a penny. She tells him that she wants to study with him. We return to our heroine, who is finally able to get close to the hero's younger brother. He also begins to get closer to her and lets her take him to school. When she arrives, she finds Diva in front of her. Diva asks her about the hero and introduces herself, saying that she is his best friend. She also takes advantage of the opportunity, knowing that the hero admires her, and warns that she won't let anyone else get close to him. Our heroine is shaken by her words. She leaves and goes to school. When she arrives, she learns that their teacher has decided to resign. She can't stand it anymore and thinks she is the reason. She tries to gather herself. Meanwhile, her friends play with Piasoft, and Kang seizes the opportunity. He gets closer to the heroine and keeps playing with her. When the hero goes out and sees them, he gets upset and his jealousy becomes obvious. When the semester ends and they graduate, our heroine tells us that she's going to study hard cheating if necessary to get into the same college that he will attend. The hero encourages her and knows that he will help her study. She repeatedly invites him for ice cream, and they go out together, spending time together. It's cute, and even the hero starts to get closer to her. But then, he realizes something and leaves. When our heroine returns home, she is happy and keeps thinking about what happened between her and the hero the day before. She feels that there is hope that he may like her and that something might happen between them one day. The next day, she goes to school with the hero's little brother. She tries to help him so that he can win over the girl he likes. By chance, she sees Diva standing with the hero. When she sees them together, she grows envious, thinking they are on a date. Our heroine is extremely jealous until suddenly she notices that the hero's little brother is also upset because the girl he likes is not interested in him. She invites him out for ice cream to cheer him up. Meanwhile, the hero passes by with another girl. He then goes looking for our heroine to spend time with her, but finds her with his younger brother. He keeps thinking about what he should say and whether she saw him with the other girl or not. When our heroine returns home, she tells her family that she's decided to volunteer and help her teacher so he can build his own school. The hero's mother worries about her, thinking she will go alone, but our heroine tells her that her friends, including Kang, will be with her. Her father hears Kang's name and feels reassured, but the hero gets angry. His mother asks him to go too, because she doesn't want Kang to get close to the heroine and wants her own son to fall in love with her. However, her son refuses anyway. He tells her, "Look, over my dead body, will I go anywhere alone with her?" She threatens him in front of his mother. "Or have you forgotten all the photos I have?" She shows him and asks, "What will you do then, my dear?" So he says to her, "You, madam, are you really my mother? Or did you find me in front of the mosque door? Is it possible that a mother treats her son like this? Am I even a son to you? Shame on you, and let you see what you've done." Our heroine finally settles him down. He tells her that he has one condition. She must burn all his childhood photos, and she must do it in front of his eyes, so that he can be sure she won't use anything else against him. He warns her that if she keeps any copies and threatens him again, he will leave the house and never come back. She agrees. The next day, when the heroine goes to help the professor, she discovers that the hero is also there, but he is not alone. He has brought Diva with him. She can no longer stand this. While Kang is delighted when he sees them together, he thinks, "This is my chance. I can get as close to the heroine as I please." The professor introduces them to the work ahead. He explains that he cannot take everyone at once. If he needs a certain number, he will take them with him to the village, and the others will join later. Their mission is to build a school to teach people who otherwise cannot receive an education. So, our heroine and her friends volunteer, and of course, our hero also goes with them. They travel to the village together. On the way, our heroine becomes tired. Her friend stays beside her, and the hero feels jealous of their closeness, but he hides his feelings and acts as if he doesn't care. When they arrive at the village, they realize that they must spend the night there, and since there is no network coverage, they cannot communicate with the others. They are forced to spend time together and help each other in everything. With every chance, Kang tries to get closer to the heroine. The hero is clearly upset whenever he sees them together. Kang clings to the heroine all the time. The teacher then tells them that tools must be fetched from the forest. He asks for volunteers to stay behind and finish some tasks. The heroine raises her hand and says she is ready to finish the work with her friend and then join the others in the forest. The hero worries about her, but she reassures him I know the way well. Once I finish the work here, I'll join you in the forest. Still, he secretly shows concern as he walks away. Later, our heroine and her friend finish the tasks and start walking toward the forest. But her friend complains that she is too tired and cannot walk such a long distance. She suggests a shortcut, saying, "Don't worry, we won't get lost here." Meanwhile, the heroine follows her, feeling uneasy. At the same time, the other friends notice that the heroine and her companion are very late. They assume she is delaying on the road. They go to inform the teacher, who becomes worried. The hero, alarmed by what they say, checks his watch and realizes it's very late. He decides to go look for them himself, and the teacher organizes the rest into groups to search. He asks them to look for the heroine and her friend, and everyone becomes worried because they have disappeared. We then go to the heroine and her friend, who realize that they are lost. Our heroine suggests to her friend that they should return to the place they were before, hoping that maybe someone has noticed their absence and will come to look for them. But her friend is exhausted. The students return to their teacher and tell him that they searched everywhere, but were unable to find either the heroine or her friend. The hero tells him that he senses they are in the forest. Kang hears this and insists that the teacher must take action. So, the teacher gathers all the boys with him and decides to search personally. Night falls, darkness spreads, and the heroine and her friend become very afraid. Her friend's condition worsens as her fever rises higher and higher. This frightens the heroine even more. Meanwhile, the hero grows anxious, calling out her name as loudly as he can. Searching desperately, the teacher scolds him and orders everyone to be quiet so they can hear the girls if they respond. But the hero refuses to stop. He ignores the teacher's instructions and continues searching alone, no matter the consequences. At this time, the heroine's friend grows weaker and can no longer move. Suddenly, she faints. The heroine panics, terrified that her friend might die. She cries in desperation until she suddenly hears the hero's voice calling. She runs toward him, overjoyed to see him. The hero is relieved and quickly tries to help her fainted friend. Meanwhile, the teacher realizes that the hero has also disappeared and worries about whom to look for now. He decides to split the group again to search for the hero and the two girls. Back with the hero, he tries to help the unconscious friend, but doesn't know what to do. Fear grips him. He's terrified she might die. Suddenly, an old man appears and takes them to his house. The old man brings medicinal herbs, and with his guidance, the hero prepares a remedy to help the sick girl recover. The heroine assists him, exhausted from worry, until she eventually falls asleep. When the hero notices that she has fallen asleep, he approaches her quietly and touches her hand gently, his feelings showing. At that moment, her friend wakes up and sees him. Embarrassed, the hero quickly leaves the room and steps outside. The old man then comes to him and praises him, saying that the heroine is very clever, she could become a nurse, and that the hero himself should be a doctor. He suggests they should work together. The idea impresses the hero. The next day, the hero quickly takes the two girls back to their teacher. As soon as their classmates see them, they rush over to check on them. The heroine explains what happened to her and her friend. Later, Yayo, the heroine's friend, remembers what happened the night before. She realizes that the hero has feelings for the heroine, but unfortunately, she can't keep this secret to herself. She blurts it out. Another friend, unable to hold back, also tells the heroine, "If you're engaged to someone, then." The heroine becomes embarrassed and tries to avoid the conversation, but her friends keep pressing. She keeps denying everything, insisting, "No, no, it's impossible for there to be anything between me and that cold person. I've never loved him or had a crush on him, of course. You're just going crazy because of exhaustion. But take care, oh my love." Our heroine starts running away from them. At night, they all gather because they are about to say goodbye to the village. The hero keeps watching them and feels very jealous, especially because she is close to Kang. The next day, they prepare his bag, bid farewell to the professor, and leave. When the heroine returns, the hero is already home. Everyone keeps asking, what kind of job will the hero choose? Some suggest engineering, others tell him to travel abroad. Some say he should become a space pilot. Everyone falls silent, preferring to give him a chance to speak for himself. The hero explains that he wants to live alone for a year. He wants to know how to be self-sufficient, to repeat and discover what he truly wants to be. As soon as his mother hears this, she breaks down crying. But his father, along with the heroine's father, encourage him to be a man and become independent. Still, they remind him that the heroine won't be able to live without him, but the hero insists that he won't change his mind, that he will decide for himself and live alone anyway. After that, he packs his clothes and his bag to leave. Before he goes, he asks his younger brother to take care of the heroine and keep an eye on her. If anyone gets close to her or upsets her, call me right away and let me know immediately, he says. His brother takes advantage of the opportunity and asks him to stay with them, but the hero refuses, explaining that he feels this is the right path. After that, he says goodbye to our heroine. When he finds her crying, he tries to calm her down, telling her that he will stay in contact with her and reminding her that she must also study and work hard to become a nurse. Before he leaves, he hints that he likes her. After he departs, everyone says goodbye. Our heroine begins studying all the time and also takes care of the hero's younger brother. One day, when the younger brother goes to school, he finds Diva in front of him. She invites him to lunch and reveals that she knows his brother's new address. She knows exactly where he lives. He tries to get her to admit how she knows this, but she angrily refuses. Confused, he goes to the heroine's father's restaurant and tells him about Diva and what she said. The father is surprised and asks, "Who is this girl you're talking about?" The younger brother explains, "Diva is the girl who likes my brother. What do you think of her beauty and intelligence? She's better than Kang's daughter." The father listens carefully, worried that if the heroine finds out, she will be upset. He tries to get the younger brother to promise not to tell her anything, but the younger brother adds, "No shame on you, I know who she is. If I met Diva, who is Diva?" Later that day, as soon as our heroine arrives home, he tells her directly, "Don't you know that Diva knows where the hero is and where he lives?" She is completely shocked by what he says. He hears her crying and feeling jealous, so he consoles her until she calms down. She asks him not to let anyone know. Since she was crying, he tells her, "No, shame on you. Your secret is in a well, just like your father's secret." But the next day, she finds all her friends in front of her and discovers that the hero's brother told them she cried and was upset. They decide to help her and find out where the hero is. He tells them, "Leave the entrance to me. I have a plan. I will call Diva and ask her to meet me. He will know that wants to take some food to his brother. Of course, she will agree and take the food from me. We will follow her and find out where she is going." It works. He calls her and asks her to meet him. When she agrees, she believes him. He feels sorry for her and her friends, and he follows her. Suddenly, they find themselves at a restaurant and search for the hero, but they can't find him. He thinks that Diva knew their plan and tricked them, and they keep walking. The hero knows that he works as a waiter at this restaurant, and they all believe him based on his appearance and the clothes he's wearing, but he doesn't care about them and leaves. Our heroine follows him. When she finds him, he gets into a taxi and she rides with him. She stays with him the whole way and tells him everything that happened in his absence. The hero listens to her, enjoying the conversation. He thinks he'll spend the day with her. He takes her out to change the atmosphere. The day ends. He tells her that he has decided to become a doctor. He asks her to pull herself together and study so she can work with him in nursing. She loves the idea. Our heroine decides she will study. When she gets home, she learns that the hero visited her there and made a schedule for her to follow, including study summaries. From then on, our heroine begins to follow everything literally. At the same time, she begins studying. Our hero goes to medical school and finds that Diva is also there. He knows that she got in. To get closer to him, Diva tells him what happened on her first day of college, that when she first arrived, she played a game and lost. They decided to like each other, and she insisted on staying in a relationship with a man named Dan. She will spend 2 weeks with him. The hero, however, ignores her and continues to make fun of her. At the same time, Diva is with Dan, the one she did the challenge with. He begins to exploit her and treats her like a servant. She is very upset because she cannot get close to the hero, even though he is in the same college as her, nor can she get involved with him. However, Dan is still not interested in her. She cannot stand him or his appearance, yet he asks her to go out after college. She keeps agreeing because she wants him to believe her and study with her. When she graduates and talks to him, she feels that he's a nice and easygoing person, and she starts to like him completely. Meanwhile, our heroine, on her first day at nursing college, is lost and doesn't know where to go. She tries to talk to the hero, but he doesn't respond and is busy. Then, she finds a handsome young man and goes to ask him. It turns out that he's Dan, who knows the place. He's very nice to her, so our heroine thanks him for helping her. She walks on to register her papers. While walking, she sees Dan, so she says to him, "Tell me where the medical college is," and he tells her where it is. When she arrives, she sees Diva, who advises her to study with the hero. Diva starts making fun of her and claims that she is studying with the hero and will soon get engaged to him and that he will be a father. Our heroine tells her, "No, that will never happen. He will marry me and we will live happily together." but suddenly she sees the hero and calls out to him, signaling for him to come down to her. As soon as he steps out, Diva grabs his hand, and they both remember that they have an important lecture. Since they are already late, they must leave quickly, so they don't get a chance to talk to the heroine. Our heroine feels fed up and starts to fear that Diva's words might be true, that he could become father. She begins crying. When he finds out, he feels her pain, and he is touched by her sadness. He goes to her to find out what is wrong. She tells him she knows Diva is studying with him, and that she feels she will lose him to her. She begins to lose hope, but Kang stays with her, encouraging her. He tells her not to give up, that a day will surely come when the hero will love her. Maybe not now, but perhaps after 50 years. Be patient, he tells her. That means you should just give someone else a chance. You might get close to him. She listens, but only pays attention to the last part of what he says. She keeps asking him questions. Later, when she gets home, she remembers what happened and how her feelings made her act. She turns to him again. The hero's mother overhears them. When she goes in to check on her, she looks down on her, thinking she is ugly and stupid, and that the hero will never love her. She tells her she must ignore her feelings and focus only on her studies. Listen, my girl, she promises. Just study hard, and I'll make sure he gets engaged to you. After leaving the heroine like this, she goes to talk to the hero. She invites him to dinner, but he tells her he's busy and can't come. The next morning, the hero's mother wakes up and sees him standing outside the house, worried about the heroine. He even prepares light meals for her, so she can concentrate on her studies. When she notices how close he is becoming to her daughter, she grows uneasy and fears he might make a mistake with her. Feeling pressured, she calls the hero and threatens that if he doesn't come to dinner, she will publish certain photos. He has no choice but to agree, though he hangs up angrily. The phone rings, and our hero realizes she is manipulating him. He goes to meet her anyway, thinking it's better than letting things get out of control. When they meet, she takes him to the heroine's father's restaurant. She asks him if he loves the heroine. Annoyed, he replies, "Aren't you tired of asking me the same question?" She tries to push him harder, warning him that soon it will be too late. He must either decide to be with her, or he will lose her forever. The hero keeps thinking about her words, and it becomes clear that he is starting to change. He gradually gets closer to our heroine, with Kang by his side, supporting her and helping her. When exam results are posted at the nursing college, the heroine goes to check, but she doesn't find her name. She fears she has failed. She later finds out that she has to take another exam. Even though she is upset, her father encourages her, reminding her that she will definitely pass next time. Then she prepares for the next exam. As she is about to leave, she finds the hero waiting for her outside, holding balloons, asking her to go out with him so she can forget about her exam score. Later that day, the hero returns home. He sees them together and remembers his father's words. It seems that he is upset, and at that moment, our heroine goes to her father's restaurant with Kang. She finds all her friends there, and they encourage her and joke with her so she can forget that she failed the test. Our heroine spends the whole day with them and feels happy, but when she returns home at the end of the day, she finds the hero sitting there. When he sees her, he humiliates her, accusing her of wasting her time, not studying, not following his schedule, and not reading the summaries he made for her. He even blames Kang because he is upset about how she spent her day. Kang tries to defend her and asks the hero not to speak to her in that manner, but the hero ignores him and keeps quiet for a moment, then asks him to leave the house and not come back. He humiliates the heroine again. Kang, unable to bear how she is treated, is ready to fight with the hero, but the heroine stops him by grabbing his arm before it happens. When the hero sees her reaction and how she stands by Kang, he becomes upset. He leaves the house angrily and walks away. Outside the door, he finds Kang waiting. Startled and unable to hold back anymore, Kang starts to fight with him. They exchange blows, hitting each other back and forth until they are both exhausted. Finally, they decide to stop and sit down to talk rationally. During their talk, Kang defends himself and admits that he gets upset whenever he sees the heroine upset. He explains that the hero is too harsh on her, always pressuring her. The hero responds coldly, saying that he treats her this way only because he wants her to be a good person and succeed. He argues that if he didn't push her, she would remain a failure all her life and would never feel the need to improve herself. After this, he leaves Kang and walks away from the house. Kang feels that he was unfairly blamed, but he lets it go. Meanwhile, our heroine returns to her studies, renews her energy, and makes everyone around her proud and happy. When exam day comes again, she applies herself with determination. After finishing, she goes to see the hero. She tells him that this time, she really studied, and whether she passes or fails doesn't matter. What matters is that she did her part. She also tells him that she doesn't feel guilty anymore because he helped her do what she should have done all along. She thanks him sincerely and walks away. Results day comes. She is nervous and doesn't want anyone to see her anxiety, so she asks her friends to leave her alone. But when she finally sees the results, she is shocked. She has succeeded. She has finally become a nurse. Everyone celebrates her success and throws a party at home. She feels truly happy. The next day, she decides to help her father and her friend at the restaurant. Kang takes advantage of the opportunity to spend the whole day with her. He tries to get closer to her and feels happy, thinking that she has finally opened her heart to him. He believes he has won her over, and she seems to have forgotten about the hero. But deep inside, when she gets home, she realizes she cannot stop thinking about the hero. She keeps remembering him and admits to herself how much she misses him at that very moment. He stands with Diva, and she confesses her feelings to him, but he makes her realize that he no longer cares about feelings or love. She becomes upset by his words, leaves him, and walks away. When she goes outside, she finds Dan in front of her. Seeing her upset, he tries to cheer her up, making her laugh, and inviting her to have coffee with him, showing his admiration. Later, when Diva goes to see the hero, she doesn't find him. She realizes he isn't interested in her, and this makes her even more upset. She keeps crying, telling herself how painful it is that she loved someone like the hero. Meanwhile, let's go to our heroine. On her first day of college, there is a tradition for new students in the College of Nursing to play a game with students from the College of Medicine. Of course, our heroine participates, but she loses. Her punishment is to date someone from the College of Medicine for 2 weeks, but no one agrees to date her. Here, our hero gets upset and steps in. He declares that he will take the punishment himself. He promises her that he will stay with her during that time. When Diva sees this, she becomes furious. She knows that he only has feelings for the heroine. Watching him take the heroine's side makes her realize that she is losing him completely. The hero comforts our heroine, saying, "Don't worry, even if this is a game, I'll care for you. I'll always be here for you." These words make our heroine very happy, but Diva grows even more jealous and upset. Frustrated, Diva decides to leave, and Dan follows her, but she rejects him, realizing that he doesn't care about her or even try to console her. Dan feels embarrassed by her words and leaves. By chance, while walking, Dan bumps into the heroine. He suddenly remembers that she was the girl who helped him on their first day. From this moment, Dan begins to befriend her. At the same time, our heroine becomes closer to the hero. She asks him to come back home, but he refuses, telling her that he will return at the right time. She feels upset, but stays quiet. When she returns home, she discovers that the hero has moved everything and is planning to come back to live with them again. She is overjoyed, but finds it hard to believe. He tells her that he is only waiting for the right time. Meanwhile, Diva goes to the restaurant to visit the hero, but to her shock, she realizes that he has already gone too far away from her. She accepts that she will never have a place in his heart. She regrets everything, including upsetting Dan, and feels broken that day. The next day at university, the hero drops off the heroine. She doesn't like how he treats her coldly, but he simply walks away, not even greeting her. She spends the whole day upset, until Dan comes to her and asks her to go out. She agrees. During their time together, she keeps telling him that she loves the hero, but that he doesn't care about her or love her back. Dan tries to convince her that he could be the one to make her happy, but she refuses. It becomes clear that she truly loves the hero and no one else. Later, our heroine looks for the hero and learns that he is attending a lecture for outstanding students. When she arrives, she notices the old woman she once met in the forest. After the lecture ends, she goes to greet the hero. The old woman tells them that they are suitable for each other and that they should stay together and support each other in the future. Hearing these words makes our heroine very happy. She feels that tomorrow will be a very important day for them. But the hero only pretends not to understand, acting indifferent, and no one remembers that today is her birthday. Our heroine feels sad because no one congratulates her or celebrates her. But when she arrives home, she is surprised to find that her family has organized a party for her. She becomes very happy, They spend the whole day together as a family, joking, playing, and celebrating joyfully. The next day, when our heroine goes to university, Diva continues to cling to the hero. But this time, our heroine doesn't give her the chance. She quietly follows them and watches. Later, when the hero returns home, his father calls him to talk. He discovers that, unfortunately, their company is collapsing. His father tells him, "My son, I have to travel to Japan to find a solution to this problem. Until then, I'm leaving the responsibility of the company in your hands." The hero is deeply upset by the condition of his family and keeps thinking about what to do. That day, as usual, he drives our heroine home. She notices that he looks troubled and asks him why he is upset. He realizes that he won't be able to spend time with her anymore because he will be busy in the coming period, probably distancing himself from her. When she asks him directly about the reason for his change, he ignores the question, refusing to reveal that his family is on the verge of bankruptcy. She finally gives up and says she will leave him to handle things as he wishes. After college, she goes to meet her friends. The hero later sees her laughing and enjoying herself with them. He becomes jealous and afraid that during his absence, she might grow closer to someone else. He goes back home, still upset. His mother notices his mood and tries to console him. She then reminds him that he needs to pick up his father from the airport. When he meets his father, the man tells him he is hungry and asks to eat at his friend's restaurant. They go there, and coincidentally, the heroine is there too. The fathers know each other well. During the conversation, the hero's father even suggests that after graduation, the heroine should stay with his son, take care of him, and work alongside him. But instead of being happy, the hero gets angry. He insists that she shouldn't be forced to stay with him, and that she must live her own life, even if it becomes harder. His harsh words upset the heroine deeply. Instead of trying to reconcile with her, he storms off and leaves. His father, disappointed, stays behind, but also feels unlucky with how things turned out. The heroine feels hurt, but tries to stay strong. The father then teases his son, warning him that he was wrong to speak to the heroine in such a harsh way. He even asks him directly if his behavior is because the company is collapsing. The hero, still troubled, finally begins to think of a way to make things right. He decides to go to the heroine to reconcile. When he sees her, she immediately confronts him. "Why are you treating me like this? What did I ever do wrong to deserve it? I've always cared about you. When you asked me to stay away, I stayed away. When you asked me to get closer, I got closer. I've spent my whole life waiting for you, waiting for just one kind word, nothing more." But instead of answering, the hero stays cold. Deep down, he believes he cannot care for her the way she deserves. He tells himself she must build her own life, stay away from him, and take care of herself. His words shock the heroine. Hurt, she runs away in tears. When the hero wakes up the next morning, he searches for her everywhere but cannot find her. Desperate, he asks his mother. She tells him that she doesn't know where the heroine is, only that she cried all night before disappearing, and that maybe he should start by looking in her room. He goes, but he doesn't find her anywhere. He realizes that she has already been moved from the house. He runs around like a madman searching for her everywhere, but he can't find her. We then go to our heroine, who is now at her father's restaurant helping him. She tries to stay strong, and with her father, she keeps smiling, playing, and joking to hide her pain. They spend the whole day together happily. At one point, when she almost slips and falls, her father catches her, holding her close. They hug by accident. Of course, the hero arrives at that very moment and sees them together. His face clearly shows anger and jealousy. The heroine, surprised, tries to explain and justify the situation, but the hero ignores her and storms out. That night, when he comes back to take her home, he notices she is upset. When he asks why, she refuses to answer. Finally, she blurts out that she's upset because he saw her hugging someone else. She knows the hero won't believe her, and besides, he has already broken up with her. She admits that she has loved him for 4 years, but despite her love, he still walked away. As she speaks about her feelings, the hero is silently affected by her words, even if he doesn't show it. The next day, the hero visits the heroine's father to apologize for upsetting his daughter. Her father listens, then advises him, if you truly love her, don't waste this chance. Apologize to her directly and fight for her, because if she slips away, you may never find her again. Soon, New Year's Day comes again. As usual, our hero arrives late, which makes the heroine worried. But when he finally shows up, he isn't alone. He comes in with a beautiful girl named Nana. She is introduced as his new friend, someone who came to help him with the company. The heroine immediately misunderstands, thinking he has left her for Nana. Later, the hero's brother reveals the truth. Nana isn't just a new friend. She is actually the hero's former lover, someone he met in Japan. They were together for 10 years, and he never truly got over her. before. Even now, he still loves her in some way. Hearing this breaks the heroine's heart. She goes home, crying herself to sleep. In the morning, she wipes her tears and tries to be strong. She even decides to meet Nana face to face. Meanwhile, the hero feels torn. He tries to prove that his past with Nana no longer matters. But at the same time, jealousy consumes him. Things get worse when Kang, the kind and caring friend who has always stood by the heroine, comforts her again when he finds her crying. The heroine, frustrated, tells Kang to stay away from her. But Kang refuses to give up, reminding her that he will always be by her side, no matter what she says or does. Slowly, she starts to lean on him, preparing herself to accept his presence in her life. One day, the hero catches them together again, and jealousy overwhelms him. He regrets ever letting her go and realizes everything is his fault. But before he can fix it, he discovers that the heroine has already packed her things and left their house. At the restaurant, she apologizes to Kang for lashing out at him before. Kang tells her he isn't angry and gently asks her to go out with him. At the same time, the hero is with Nana. She asks him about his true dream. He finally confesses that his dream is to become a doctor, not for fame, but because he wants to be close to the one he truly loves for the rest of his life. Nana understands. She realizes that he no longer loves her, that his heart now belongs to someone else. Our heroine. Later, while out with Kang, the heroine notices his growing closeness. He asks her directly about Nana, the girl he saw with the hero. She reluctantly explains. Eventually, it becomes clear that Kang wants to be more than just a friend. But while she tries to accept it, deep down, she feels uneasy and upset because her heart is still tied to the hero. He is jealous and wants to give Kang a chance, so he asks the heroine to marry him, but she avoids answering. He tries to convince her in various ways, confident that if she gives him a chance, she will definitely love him. But our heroine doesn't give him a straight answer and leaves. The next day, when she arrives, she finds Nana waiting for the hero. As soon as she sees Nana, our heroine greets her politely. Nana seems to be a nice girl and even asks the heroine to eat with them, but the heroine refuses. Later, when she reaches the hero, she notices how intensely Nana is interested in him, how close they are, and how suitable they appear for each other. This makes the heroine jealous, so she keeps trying to pass by the hero to get his attention. When she goes to her father's restaurant, she asks Kang if he still wants to marry her. Kang immediately assures her that he is ready to marry her at any time. After waiting so long, he is finally overjoyed to know that she might be giving him a chance. He can't believe that he may soon be engaged to the love of his life, but the heroine feels nervous. She has always thought of Kang as just a friend, nothing more. This is the first time she will have to see him as a lover. Still, Kang convinces himself that she will come to accept him naturally, and he is willing to love her no matter what. The heroine tells herself she has chosen the right person, someone who truly loves her, and they begin spending all their time together. Kang constantly shows his concern for her, openly confessing his feelings, and making her realize how deeply he loves her. Her relationship with the hero begins to fade completely. He becomes like a stranger, neither a friend nor an enemy. Eventually, the day comes when our heroine is transferred, and everyone around her is affected, except the hero. The next day at college, Diva waits for the hero and directly asks him if he loves her. He tells her that he only likes her way of thinking and intelligence, but he rejects her feelings. Hurt, Diva accepts the rejection and decides to move on, even considering Dan. But soon she learns that Dan will be traveling abroad to study, leaving her behind with only their memories. Meanwhile, Kang confronts the hero at university. He reveals that he is already engaged to the heroine and promises to stay by her side until she forgets the past. Kang even warns the hero not to get close to her again before walking away. Later, Kang meets the heroine and proudly tells her that he has bought a restaurant and will now have his own project to manage. She is happy for him and supports him, but when the hero sees their closeness, his heart aches. He spends the whole day upset until Nana notices and asks why he is troubled, but he brushes her off. Nana recalls the promise they made long ago and asks him directly if he still likes her. She tells him she only has 1 month left before she returns to her country. At the same time, the heroine's father visits his friend and asks about the hero's relationship with Nana. The friend explains that Nana and the hero have been close since childhood. She has always been the one by his side, helping him through everything, and they admired each other deeply. Hearing this devastates the heroine. She feels there is no hope of ever being with the hero. She breaks down in tears, but suddenly, she finds the hero standing in front of her. She waits for him to say something, anything, but he remains silent. Unable to bear it, she gets upset and leaves. When she returns home, she locks herself in her room, crying endlessly, overwhelmed with pain. The next day, the heroine's father suddenly hears someone knocking at the door. When he goes to check, he finds Kang-in standing there. Kang-in asks for permission to marry his daughter. The father is shocked and tells him not to rush, but Kang-in explains that he has loved the heroine since they were young, that he is certain of his feelings, and that she is the one he wants to spend the rest of his life with. "Uncle, I'm asking you to at least allow us to get engaged," he pleads. Her father is touched and agrees, though he makes it clear that the final decision is up to his daughter. He hopes she will say yes, because he can see how much Kang loves her. Kang-in is overjoyed and says, the rest is up to her. But suddenly, the hero walks in while they are still talking. Nervously, he interrupts and tells the heroine that he wants to ask her something. She asks what he wants, and he says that he wants her to go on a date with him. Later, the heroine's father goes to her family and informs them about Kang's proposal. He tells them that he agrees in principle, but the final choice is in his daughter's hands. The hero's mother, however, gets angry because she wanted her own son to be the one proposing to the heroine. She begins criticizing Kang unfairly, but the hero's father defends him, saying that Kang is a good young man who loves and takes care of the heroine. The tension grows, and the hero feels the weight of the situation. His mother reminds him that he promised Nana to go out on a date today, but when he asks if it really matters, no one answers him. Meanwhile, the heroine actually goes out to the amusement park with Kang. They spend time together, and she feels happy, even starting to like him. Kang tries to confess his true feelings, but he gets nervous and backs out at the last moment. At the same time, the hero and Nana are also at the amusement park for their date. When the hero gets hungry, he leaves Nana alone to get some food. By chance, the heroine sees Nana waiting, and when the hero returns, it looks to her as if they are very close. Misunderstanding the situation, she becomes upset. When the hero notices and tries to approach her, she tells him she isn't interested and walks away. Meanwhile, Kang, who had gone to buy food for the heroine, returns and doesn't find her. He panics, but later calls her, and finally catches up with her, offering her the food. As she starts eating, she finds a ring hidden inside. Shocked, she asks him about it. Nervous but determined, Kang admits honestly that he likes her, wants to marry her, and is ready to stay by her side until she learns to love him back. "I finally want to propose to you, my girl," he says. The heroine, still thinking about the hero and Nana, feels exhausted and confused, but in that emotional moment, she agrees. Kang can't believe it and is overjoyed. But unfortunately, the hero overhears everything. His mood instantly shifts, and he leaves deeply upset. That night, when the heroine returns home, she keeps thinking about Kang's proposal and her own reaction. She feels nervous and scared because she still isn't certain about her feelings for him. Her father notices her troubled state and gently tries to calm her. He tells her to take her time, think carefully, and remember that he will respect her decision no matter what it is. Don't rush into something so important, he advises. The heroine reflects on her father's words and realizes she truly shouldn't make a decision before being sure of her feelings. Meanwhile, the hero's mother notices that her son is upset and asks him why. He finally admits that he saw the heroine with Kang, which broke his heart. It is clear that they love each other, so she gives her mother a hard time and tries to go to the heroine's father to change his mind, but he refuses. He knows that he will respect his daughter's choice, no matter what. Later, when the heroine goes to college, she notices that her friend is distracted and no longer focused as usual. She asks her why. She tells her about her relationship with Kang, that he proposed to her, and that she agreed. But she's still not sure of her feelings toward him. She advises her friend not to rush into marriage before she's certain. We move on to our hero, who is with Nana, and they find out that she's going to return to Japan. She hints to him that she likes him and wants to stay with him. She asks if he has the same feelings, but the hero remains silent and doesn't answer her. Here, she realizes that he doesn't reciprocate her feelings. We move on to our heroine. When she returns home, she stays closed off and upset because she rushed and got engaged to Kang. She still loves the hero. When Kang comes to visit her, her father notices that she's upset and asks him to give her time to think and decide. Kang agrees, though he asks to stay. The next day, when the hero is having breakfast with his family, his younger brother comes and happily announces that the heroine is finally getting married. When the hero hears the news, he's shocked. He gets upset, leaves his food, and walks away. In his anger, he has an accident and ends up in the hospital. Nana quickly comes to check on him. She stays with him, worried. After he recovers, she goes to the airport to leave, but before she departs, she realizes he has feelings for someone else. The hero then runs, searching for the heroine everywhere, but he can't find her. He goes to her father to ask about her, and they tell him she went to meet Kang at his new restaurant. He rushes there, but when he arrives, he sees Kang hugging her. He feels devastated and realizes he may have truly lost her. But the truth is, at that moment, the heroine confesses to Kang that she loves him only as a brother. She thanks him for always standing by her and supporting her, but she admits that she can't deceive herself anymore. She drops her ring and returns it to him. Kang finally understands and apologizes for pressuring her, though he admits he still loves her. As she walks out, she finds the hero waiting, looking tired and unwell. As soon as he sees her, he quickly confesses his love, telling her that he finally understands his feelings, but he also knows it's late. He apologizes for not caring about her or her emotions before. He begs for a second chance, but our strong heroine refuses. She reminds him that he hurt and deceived her many times, and now there's no point in going back. She leaves, and the hero, heartbroken, realizes that her feelings are gone. The next day, Kang visits the hero. The hero asks him to take care of the heroine, but Kang gets angry and punches him, saying the hero abandoned her and that she, as always, chose Kang. Still determined, the hero runs to the heroine and gives her a letter, asking her to read it. In it, he tells her how much he loves her. He asks her to marry him. The heroine, touched, decides to give him a second chance. She happily agrees. He goes to his family, and when they hear that he's decided to marry the heroine, they're all happy and supportive. This time, he chooses to do things properly. He goes to propose officially and meets her father. Her father agrees to the marriage. Finally, they have a wedding, and thus, the series ends. I hope that, if you have reached the end, you will subscribe to the channel and support us with a like. You can also check out other series that you might enjoy. We have many beautiful ones, and I can recommend the best for you, dear viewer. Thank you, and peace.